9 precious animals driven to extinction by humans. People fear the apocalypse, the day when there will no longer be any trace of humanity on Earth. The cause could be natural disasters, pandemics, great floods, asteroids, or divine retribution on our small planet. However, even though that day has not yet come, humanity has unwittingly or deliberately driven many animal species to extinction. Although humans are just a small part of the natural world, with superior intelligence and boundless greed, we have gradually destroyed this planet. In today's video, let's look back and reflect on how many species have been driven to extinction by humanity. Number 1. The Tasmanian tiger. The Tasmanian tiger, also known as the Tasmanian wolf or Thylacine, was a carnivorous marsupial resembling a dog or wolf with yellow stripes on its back like a tiger, a dog-like head, and a body similar to a tiger. This species first appeared in Australia and disappeared from the mainland around 2,000 to 200 years ago, surviving only on the island of Tasmania. Interestingly, despite being smaller, they had a stronger bite than larger animals. After European settlers arrived, the Tasmanian wolf was hunted to near extinction within a few hundred years. Initially, the local people were unfamiliar with and afraid of them, even though they lived in hiding and avoided humans. In the 19th century, farmers accused the thylacine of attacking livestock, leading to the use of guns, poison, and traps to eradicate them. Ultimately, within 70 years, this species completely vanished. The last known individual, Benjamin, was captured in 1933 and lived for 3 more years in the Hobart Zoo. In September 1936, due to the caretaker's negligence, Benjamin was locked outside in a cold night. Ironically, just a few months later, the government recognized the Tasmanian tiger as a protected species. It took another 50 years, until 1986, to realize that Benjamin was the last of his kind, and the species' extinction was declared. Despite only a few brief black and white films remaining, these documents are invaluable. Scientists at Macquarie University in Australia have been working on a project to revive extinct animals. Currently, the Wilson Family Plus Foundation has funded over $3.6 million for the school, and this money has been transferred to the laboratory to research and restore this species. Number 2, the Quagga. The Quagga, an extinct subspecies of the plains zebra, once roamed the South African grasslands. It was unique in that it only had stripes on the front half of its body, making it look like it was wearing a zebra jacket without pants. This is one of the most famous extinct animals of Africa, a victim of an era of extinction where natural classification was rudimentary and limited by the technology of the time. Scientists of that era, based on morphology, habits, and fur, did not recognize the importance of conserving them until it was too late. The quagga, humorously called the zebra without pants, was once common in Africa but became a target of poaching for its valuable meat and hide. The last wild quagga was shot in the late 1870s, and the last one in captivity died in 1883 at the Amsterdam Zoo in the Netherlands. By 1886, 3 years after the last one's death, the species was officially recognized as needing protection, a belated effort when there were no living quaggas left to protect. Number 3, the Cape lion. The Cape lion, a modern subspecies of lion that once lived in southeastern Africa, became locally extinct in the mid-19th century. With a thick, dark mane extending to the belly, similar to the Atlas mountain lion of North Africa. It was a majestic symbol of the region. However, in 2000, a glimmer of hope emerged when scientists discovered lions believed to be descendants of the Cape lion being kept in captivity in Russia. 2 of them were brought back to South Africa, raising hopes of reviving this legendary lion species. Today, in many museums around the world, you can admire real skull specimens, reminding us of a time when the proud Cape lions once ruled this land. Number 4, the Western Black Rhinoceros. The Western Black Rhinoceros was a rare subspecies of the black rhinoceros that lived in the Sahel region of Central West Africa. In 2011, the International Union for Conservation of Nature declared the Western Black Rhino officially extinct. These magnificent creatures, standing 1.4 to 1.7 meters tall and weighing 800 to 1,000 kilograms, had 2 powerful horns. The fate of the western black rhino worsened and European settlers arrived in Africa, making them targets for sport hunting and habitat destruction to pave the way for new settlements. At the beginning of the 20th century, black rhinos were abundant with around 1 million individuals, but by the 1960s, the number had dropped to just 70,000. The real disaster struck in the 1970s when a wave of ruthless poaching, driven by the high value of rhino horns, began slaughtering these animals mercilessly. Not only were the black rhinos living outside protected areas wiped out, but even those in protected areas like national parks were not spared. From 1970 to 1992, nearly 96% of black rhinos were killed, with the western black rhino suffering the most tragic fate among the 4 subspecies of black rhinos. Number 5. The dodo bird. The dodo bird, an extinct flightless bird, once lived on the island of Mauritius. They were about 1 meter tall and weighed between 10 and 18 kilograms. Information about this bird comes only from illustrations and written records from the 17th century, so its exact appearance remains a mystery. It is believed that the dodo could not fly because they had abundant food sources like seeds, roots, and fruits, and few predators. However, when Dutch sailors first set foot on the island in 1598, the dodo was hunted to extinction. The last dodo was seen in 1662. Number 6. The woolly mammoth. The woolly mammoth, a giant mammal, is believed to be closely related to today's elephants. Their ancestors migrated out of Africa about 3.6 million years ago and spread across northern Asia and North America. This creature stood over 4 meters tall and weighed more than 6 tons. They were covered in thick fur and had long, curved tusks up to 5 meters in length. The last woolly mammoths disappeared 10,000 years ago due to a combination of human hunting and climate change leading to habitat loss. The last isolated population of woolly mammoths is believed to have gone extinct on Wrangel Island in the Arctic Ocean around 1700 BC. Number 7. The saber-toothed tiger. The saber-toothed tiger, often referred to as the saber-toothed cat or smilodon, was a legendary carnivorous animal that existed from 55 million to 11,700 years ago. Named for their fearsome long canine teeth, which could grow up to 50 centimeters, saber-toothed tigers were highly skilled hunters. In appearance, they resembled bears and were believed to hunt large animals like mammoths and even humans. An impressive feature was their ability to open their jaws at a 120-degree angle, nearly twice as wide as modern lions. The extinction of these saber-toothed cats is likely related to the decline and disappearance of the large herbivores they hunted. Other contributing factors could include climate change and competition for food with humans. These factors combined to drive the saber-toothed tiger into history as one of the most powerful symbols of the prehistoric animal world. Number 8. The Huia bird. This bird once lived in northern New Zealand, distinguished by its splendid blue-black wings. Its black tail feathers with white tips were prized by the native Maori chiefs as symbols of power and status. Additionally, colonial women considered these feathers a luxury, further increasing their value. The precious tail feathers were even sold at high prices in many places. The relentless hunting for these feathers drove the beautiful Huia bird to the brink of extinction, and it was officially declared extinct in 1907. Number 9. The passenger pigeon. The passenger pigeon can be considered the most regrettable extinct animal on Earth. Once the most common bird on the planet, their population in North America reached up to 5 billion individuals. The largest recorded flock spanned 500 kilometers long and 1.6 kilometers wide, taking several days to fly over an area. With such a thriving population, they became targets for large-scale hunting by humans. Astonishingly, people even used cannons to hunt them. In just a few decades, this bird was completely wiped out. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, the extinction rate of plant and animal species on Earth is currently at an alarming level, 1,000 times higher than before humans appeared. This is a serious threat to ecosystems and the survival of the natural world on Earth, and we are the culprits. To protect Mother Nature, each person needs to raise awareness of environmental and nature conservation. Even small changes, when combined, can create a large wave to protect our planet. Limit hunting and the use of animal products to prevent more heartbreaking extinction stories. If you find this video useful, please comment with the number 1. If not, please comment with the number 0 so we can improve. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you again.